Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday Funday, and we kind of struggled with what movie we were gonna go see. No, we went. I can't even say it with a real good straight face. We went and saw Avengers Endgame, as you can tell, and everybody else in the entire world went and saw it with $1.2 billion worldwide, 350 million U.S. alone. But that's not always the most important thing. We need to talk about whether or not the movie was any good, because that is the true test of anything. Because, hell, fucking Suicide Squad nearly made $800 million, and that movie blows. So, was this movie good? Because we're going to go ahead and tell you this much. We're going to try not to spoil anything, if at all possible. Maybe give you a few warnings about different things, maybe. But really, no spoilers. This is going to be a really spoiler-free episode. So, we'll let the lovely one start us off, so Megan gets to tell us, what did you think of Endgame?
I hate it. No, I'm kidding. I loved it. I think everybody who sees it loves this movie.
Yeah, there's a few probably nitpicky people. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a few people who'd be like, this movie is not the greatest thing because there's this thing that could have been done a slight bit better. I honestly struggled a little bit with this movie in one regard. I don't know what they could have done better. Just to suck this movie's dick a bit. This was easily one of the most fantastic movies that watched in a while. You want action, you got action. You want a good character-driven story, you have a good character-driven story. Infinity War really felt like it was more meant to be set up for this villain, Thanos, of course. The villain of the movie's Thanos, believe it or not. And
spoilers.
And I will say, it's like, with all that, I was still surprised at the amount of character they were able to get in this movie. Sure, it's 3 hours long, but there's also a lot to this film, though it never felt like it. That was the weird part to me. And weird in a good way. Like, Batman vs. Superman felt all of its 2.5 hours long. Like, there was a lot of moments to go on. In Batman vs. Superman, sorry, I can't say it right. But
Spider-Man versus Captain Hypocrite.
Yeah. This, I don't know about you, I never really felt its length. Maybe every now and then when it would kind of slow down to give character bits, but even then, I felt more like, oh, this is, like any epic, because that's what this is meant to be. This is meant to be an epic. This isn't simply just supposed to be a comic book movie. This is meant to be a new epic film. This is ow. Sorry, I'm going to scratch the piss on my knee.
Why are you sitting too close to me?
How much further can I be away? I'd have to get out a shot. But this is meant to be your new Lawrence of Arabia, in lack of a better way to describe it. Your Ben-Hur. This is a movie that would be a cornerstone for this generation of films. In fact, probably the way in which you're going to measure any other epic team-ups of superhero films of any sort. It's a culmination of 11 years worth of movies. Even though originally, Infinity War was a culmination of 10 years. This is a culmination still of even more. I was surprised. This fit in even more stuff that I was like, oh, they're totally not going to... Oh, okay. Touched on this, touched on that. And like I said, the real surprising part is how much heart this movie had. And just to let you know,
Green tissues.
You're gonna probably bawl your eyes out. And not only that, but you're gonna bawl your eyes out and probably also cheer and then just fist bump with the most epic of fist bumps.
There's a number of woohoo moments from the audience.
Yeah, and I totally was gonna do it. Just it's one of those, like, I just try not to. In fact, if we were at Alamo and people did that, Alamo Draft House, so those who do not know, is a place where you're supposed to not talk and not be on your phone. Like one asshole was. Minor detail, though. It's strange enough, like, I was able to ignore most of the people who were messing with their phones and doing shit.
I didn't even notice anybody was on their phone.
Yeah, there was a person, like, across the way. I saw them every now and then because they kept messing. I don't know why. It's like, really, guy, what the hell you gotta do?
I never got that. I was like, you shell out all this money for the theater and presumably snacks and drinks just to, like, be on your phone the entire time. I was like...
But... Yeah, there were... If they had did this in Alamo Draft House where people started cheering, I think they would be okay with the parts that our audience cheered with, and they wholeheartedly agreed with their cheers.
I almost cheered myself at one point. Like, it's like, awesome!
Yeah, if you're a comic book fan, you're going to squee yourself throughout probably the final half, if not more, of this movie. There's comic book references galore that I want to watch this again just so I can get a few more because I was so invested in the story. I'm like, oh, there was something I just missed. I know because that was something that kind of they're trailing into something that was comic booky. There was little nods here and there, and I was like, that's fucking cool there. I actually really like that. But it never felt like this is a comic book movie. It felt like this is a movie that happens to have been based off of comic books. Other than that, it's like, this was just a badass time.
Yeah, the movie wrapping up this big overarching battle between good and evil, and it was epic. There were times, like you said, when it did kind of slow things down.
But I think it did for a good reason.
I was saying there were a couple times, like, I didn't mind that. There were a couple times, like, okay, like, me personally, okay, I kind of felt this before, like, kind of, you know, like, I'll explain here in a minute. I didn't want to spoil anything.
Well, I think it did touch on certain little emotional notes that the other movies had also brought up. But I think it did it in ways that was unique. Nice way to talk about it.
Yeah, there was one thing in particular. It's like, okay, it goes pretty much like you expect, but at the same time, it kind of adds its own little
Twist.
Yeah, its own little twist to it, where it's like, aw, kind of fuses it with a little bit of heart. Like, aw.
Yeah, there's, and I will also say everybody's talked about it with the trailers and everything. This trailers do not sell this movie really because there's so much that it leaves out, and there's
so much that they cram into this movie. It's just
and unlike other movies such as Captive State, Hellboy, where they've crammed in a lot of stuff and it felt like, you know, a poor lady who was in the middle of a gangbang with 48 dudes, you know, where it's just stuff's going in every different holes and stuff's coming out. That's the best way I describe it.
Alrighty.
It felt a lot more natural. It's like they had this thing, they're like, alright, we have to trim this down. We have to get this, you know, manageable. We have to have a story here. And then they gave it to us and it's like, alright, this is actually a story. I really don't think there's anything you could cut down in this movie. Because if you would cut out certain little slower things, you would cut out a lot of character. A lot of heart, I believe.
Yeah.
Especially with some characters who have interactions that you weren't quite 100% expecting.
Yeah, there was one character moment. Again, I won't spoil anything. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a little slow. I was like, okay, I don't care as much as the movie probably want me to, but in the end, there was a bit of a payoff. I was like, okay, then it's like I forgive you, movie.
Yeah, and that's, I think, the best thing about this film. It never felt like any of it was superfluous.
I would say nothing is wasted.
Yeah. This feels very much, it's a Native American movie, and not that kind of way, but in the form that it took all the different parts. Iron Man 2 Avengers Infinity War grabbed up the stuff that's like, hey, we kind of maybe need to talk about this, or deal with this kind of thing.
Even a little confusing nod to Iron Man 3. one point.
Yeah.
You have to look it up after you get done.
Just let you know the kid pops back up.
Yeah.
That's all I'll tell you, because even then I didn't know
it. Pops up in one scene, it's like, fuck is it's like,
I was like, what is that?
I don't look, it was like, oh, okay, I don't care anymore.
I really felt like Jeremy Renner from Hansel and Gretel. Who the fuck's Edward?
Yeah.
I really felt that much. Those who've never seen Hansel and Gretel, go watch it. It's a fun flick.
That Jeremy Renner movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was also surprised at just the amount that they were able to get out of all the actors. Hawkeye's not wasted. He's used fantastically well. Paul Rudd as Ant-Man is still... It's comical when it needs to be comical, but it makes it feel like he's grown a lot more than Ant-Man the Wasp did.
I would say there are shades of the previous films that, lightheartedness.
But then there's still also the repercussions of Infinity War.
Yeah, it's still very real. Feelings very mature and kind of depressing.
Yeah.
It's like, just kind of following everybody as they've tried to move
Pick up
on.
the pieces.
Yeah.
And there's...
Some better than others.
Yeah, and there's some parts you're like, oh, okay. And I'll just say that's like at the beginning that it does that, and then other stuff is like, oh, cool, thanks, movie.
It's like right in the feels.
Yeah, I don't think this movie, not to try and sit there and blow it even harder than we already have, and not to make this really short, I don't know that this really did anything bad. Like, the biggest egregious error, I guess I could say, is it's a little long, but everybody knows it's going to be long. This is the end of a 11-year epic of different films. It's going to be a little on the lengthy side.
A big deal was made that there was no mid-credit scene, no post-credit scene.
I don't think it needed one.
Yeah, it was like wrapping up all stuff. It didn't need to hint at anything further, really. Even though there are still continuing adventures for some of the other characters, like Spider-Man.
Yeah, like we know Spider-Man has Far From Home coming up. So, but where does that take place? We don't know. But I was certifiably impressed. Like, I was going into this movie with high hopes, and I was like, all right, there's no way it's going to be able to meet all these high hopes. But I think it even was better than Infinity War, even though Infinity War still, hi, how's your soul?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I swear, I was like, a couple moments where he teared up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, a little sad, not that big a deal. But then once she
bawled like in Dumbo.
Bawled like a little bitch for like, what was it, 20 minutes straight?
It felt like it. She just bawled.
10 or 20 minutes straight. It was like, it's just when I thought it was done, it's like, more coming out.
Yeah. This movie goes up to your emotional core and goes, hey, you sad? You sad? You really sad now?
It's
Sadder?
It exposes this raw nerve of human emotion, just keeps poking. I'm like, oh, stop, my heart can't take it anymore. Oh.
Yeah, pretty much take all the emotion that they were trying to build with Superman's death and Batman vs. Superman and earn it. Let's just put it that way. It's like everybody's like, oh, this is so sad. Really? Is it supposed to be sad? We know he's coming back.
I say, if you know anything about the comics.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, we know what's going to happen here. Thanks, movie. Kind of blew your load a little early there. Oh, well, if we keep talking about this, we're gonna start spoiling, because we're gonna just talk about like our favorite parts.
We are just gonna get into spoilers.
Yeah, and that is just the thing. It's like, I'm gonna just say, just go see it. I know you probably already have, but like I said, I want to go see it again, even though we're probably gonna see something else next week, though. Might sneak in a way to go see it again this week as well. We'll figure it out. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I'm going to lead us off with scores. It's like a 7, No, it's a fucking 10.
I was say, I think we both agree. 10.
Yeah, it's just like Megan. It's a perfect 10.
Kiss ass.
No, this is a fantastic movie. You're going to be remiss if you miss it, I believe. those who are comic book fans are going to love it. Those who love action movies are going to love it. Those who love movies with strong emotional cores are going to love it. Those who
have been following all these movies across all this time and like been following along with the characters on their journeys, like this is the culmination of it.
This feels like an effort that really paid off. I was like, oh,
yeah, this is the end of the road for most of the characters. Like this, it's like no more adventures for them.
No more adventures of Superman. But hey, as you can tell, since I have the phone, we're gonna. Okay, that was weird. My phone reset itself, or just like refresh for no reason.
I think just kind
of. We're gonna talk about the movies we're going to see next month, because of course this is the last real weekend of April, and we have May, which looks to be a really smattering of random ass films, but it seems of it. What we're probably gonna see this upcoming week for new movie is going to be Long Shot, the movie with Charlize Theron, Seth Rogen.
Looks funny.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be decent. I think Avengers is probably going to be number one again next week. There's
well deserved.
And we're not going to go see Ugly Dolls because I would just rather, stick my head inside of a. I was about to say something. Garbage disposal. There we go. That's a big ass garbage disposal. The week afterwards, we're going to go see Pokemon Detective Pikachu, which is a weird way to term Detective Pikachu is what it is. I'm curious about it. I'm not as enthused as everybody else is, but I think that it doesn't look terrible. That is what I can say. It looks cute. There's some adorableness here and there, and also it's Ryan Reynolds. He doesn't usually do real bad.
Especially if you put him in a comedic role.
I don't know. Green Lantern tried to prove that wrong.
Well, that wasn't really meant to be comedic.
Well, it helped.
From what I remember of it.
I don't know what it was trying to be.
I don't think it knew either.
I'm not sure if Detective Pikachu's going to unseat Avengers Endgame, though, because as decent as it looks like, I don't think there's enough hardcore Pokemon fans that are just going to flock all to it and not want to go see Avengers Endgame again. Hell, I'd be willing to go see it again. multiple times.
Yeah.
The week after that, I'm going to have to introduce her to John Wick, because John Wick Chapter 3 comes out. Though... Oh, I was about to say, I thought something else was coming out. I know everybody really loves John Wick. I'm very lukewarm on it. I watched the first movie. It was okay. I don't get the big hoopla. It's fine. It's not great. It's not fantastic. It's not terrible. I've seen better action films. That's the truth.
Including...
Yeah, we just watched one. The week after that, we might actually have a double show of movies that we're going to watch. Because, of course, Aladdin comes out. We're going... Motherfucker. Sorry, my phone just flipped. It looks alright. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a movie. That's about it.
I'm hoping it'll be... like the Beauty and the Beast remake, like, actually pretty decent. Can't be any worse than Jungle Book remake.
No, we got Lion King to be able to do that for us.
Yeah.
Then, also what we might try and see the week of the 24th, or the weekend of the 24th, I would like to sneak in a screening of Brightburn. I've actually been more and more curious about it. Pretty much, it is a evil Superman story. Though it's not doing it in a form like we think. It's doing it in a Superman who was corrupted from youth by a probably either abusive father or something. It's like, that's interesting. I don't like Superman being evil as an adult. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially if everything else is normal. So, yeah, that's why Man of Steel's still a massive piece of shit. I don't care whatever they try to do. It also does not help Kevin Costner's a terrible father.
What are they supposed to do? Let them die? Maybe.
I don't know. Figure it out, shit brains.
It's like, no, don't save me, even though totally nobody would see it. Like,
yeah, it's like one of those.
He could just, like, grab you and, like, nobody would see, nobody would notice. You'd be fine, you stupid ass.
Or you could just be really stupid about it and have fun science stuff, and Superman literally punches the tornado to death. Just literally, boom, punches it. And that would actually be even more cool, because maybe he starts to get a little bit of attention, but he understands, like, he has to hide that. Not mostly because maybe it's giving unwanted attention to his parents or something. That would have been cool. Zack Snyder's a moron. He doesn't know how humans work. How does the human work? The last week of May. Oh, yes. In a little over a month. Godzilla, King of Monsters. Please don't be Pacific Rim Uprising again. That was terrible.
I have this much to say. Nerd.
Well, I'll show you the first Godzilla movie. You'll see it's a hell of a lot of fun. We might also sneak in a showing of Rocket Man. I'm not a big Elton John fan, but it looks like, in comparison to, say, like Bohemian Rhapsody, which kept walking around the fact of, Freddie Mercury's massive drug habit, and also barely really dealt with the fact that Freddie Mercury was, he slept with everything that had legs. This movie seems to just barrel straight into it. It's like, yeah, Elton John fucking had a bad coke and heroin habit. It's like, alright, so you're going to show this is going to be a hard R movie and actually really show the man behind the legend, not this fake thing that, I tell you, yeah. Sorry, Bohemian Rhapsody sucked, and that guy did not deserve an Oscar for it. He deserved a kick to the balls is all he deserved. Movie fucking blew. So,
I would say. So anyway, that's our review.
Yeah, go see Endgame again. We know you all have probably seen it. Yeah, watch it.
If you haven't, go see it. If you've already seen it,
yeah.
give us some more money.
Why not? Give Disney all the money. All the money.
So shut up and take my money.
So, hey, until then, we'll see y'all next week with Long Shot. Long Shot's going to make any money, actually, though. So until then, everybody, we'll see y'all there. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.